Hello, I'm Divyaksha, and today I'll be showcasing work done for Frak for June Sprint 1. So this sprint was majorly spent QA, polishing, adding more design elements, making sure that the PFI for the abilities is more in order, buffs and debuffs, created a simple economy system, so I'll just be going over them one by one. Firstly, I created some buffs and debuffs. So as you can see right now, uh, a fire thing shows up at the bottom over there to showcase the buffs and debuffs that we gain. Also, this has been done for every single one of the 52 abilities within the game. So any other ability that requires this can show the same. So if I were to just look for an ability for the same, also if you can hear in the background, the dash sound and slide sound were implemented. Sorry about that, lags like that sometimes. So now when the player slides, there's a audio feedback, as well as for the dash there's an audio feedback. These sounds were created by the sound team, however a lot of them required editing and thus were edited. So if I were to, I think this one should show some stuff. Okay, sorry, this is not the marked one, my bad. Let me just showcase some more of the debuffs, which were scaled down to fit more to the enemy's UI, so like they are visible. So if I can just find an ability for the same, okay, this is great. So if I were to just land this, is it this one or is it different one? I think it's a different one. This one I think backfires on the player if I remember correctly. Okay, sorry, let me just find one that like actively like showcases the same. Each and every ability has its own buffs and debuffs that show up based on their logic itself. However, some are like more immediately visible, so I will just try and showcase some of the same. Um, you know what? Let's quickly just do this. Let's go here to held abilities. It should be right here. There you go. I'll just add one here, and I'll just call it Desolation. Right. There we go. Okay, so this shows up now. We'll just showcase that. If I throw this, it'll create a black hole, and anything trapped within that black hole that does not die from the initial explosion, that is. If I were to just showcase that, as you can see, one second, sorry. As you can see, that like mark appears for me. Also, there's a mark that appears on these enemies themselves. If I can make sure I don't kill one. Sorry about that, it just takes a little bit of time sometimes. Okay, well, it's showing up down there. It shows up on the enemies as well, based on like basically they get affected by the void, and that marks shows up on top of their heads if they're within the void's radius. That being said, that was just part of it. Other part was the economy as shown before. So this is like a simple graph that just adds and subtracts money based on whatever is required. There's other stuff in the background which makes sure that the money remains at a constant pace. This is the shop right here. As you can see, it checks for basically what the shop will have, like an interact widget. This is still being worked on, and this is still being refined. There was a lot more work done on the background on like design stuff. So there were places that were completely refined. If I were to showcase that, so if I were to go to the factory, for example, the factory room, there we go. So there was a massive design discussion that happened over here about changing up the look for this place, and there was an entire discussion of creating other entities so that the story of the game remains consistent. This was some work done by Kais, or the background stuff for this was done by me, as I'm the narrative lead of this project as well. And there was some work done over here. This is just one of the levels. There were about 8 levels that were affected by the same. Moving forward, I will complete the shop. I will make sure that the economy is completely functional. More sounds will be added. I will coordinate completely with the audio team, and that's where we're at. Thank you.